like
BMI.
before you were never a healthy BMI, and then inside the program you finally got down to a healthy body weight. Like you sent me the picture of you getting to a
Mm.
healthy body mass index, and you're like,
Yep.
bro, this is the first time I'm a healthy BMI.
Literally, like I've never been in a healthy BMI whatsoever. Before joining the program, I definitely was like very low confident, low energy. Now that I have consistent habits being built, having that structure, that accountability, that consistency really just has been really helpful.
What would you say is like someone who's watching this is like on the fence? Like, what would you tell them?
Just do it. Make the decision, make the change.
Today, I'm here with Braxton, and you've been in the program about like 3 months and some change, right?
Yep, 3 months going on 4.
Or yeah, coming up, and although you're down weight and you're making great progress, like we're on track for like optimal recomp, like your habits have changed, right? And you've pretty much like becoming a new
Absolutely.
person, right? Which is great to see. And can you could just like take me back a little bit, like before you joined the program, what it was like?
Yeah, so before I joined your program, I didn't really have structure or plan. I would always get advertisements and stuff like that for like the Fitbot app. So I was using that basically to like plan my workouts, but I didn't have like really any direction or guidance. So I was just kind of like made up like a starting point in my head and like whatever exercises it gave me. I was also doing like full body every day. Now I have an upper lower split. So having that structure, having the split, knowing what I'm going to be doing, what I need to push myself in so I can become stronger and reach my goals. And then also before I joined the program, I didn't know like how many calories I needed to eat, my macros, that sort of thing. So you've been a great help with calculating that out so I know exactly how much I need to eat, what I need to eat, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. And you definitely do a great job at that, right? Definitely, yeah. Making sure you're checking off all the boxes, and that's what it takes to push that needle further. You know what I mean? And I just want to ask, like, what were your hesitations before joining?
I just didn't know, like, I mean, I knew that I was ready, but I guess, like, because I never had did a program before, like, I
Hmm.
never did a coaching program, was following a bunch of people online who had coaching programs and stuff like that. But whenever I want to say I got an ad for your page, or I was
I
following
don't even
you.
do ads, man.
Oh man. Well, okay, so I was following you. I was following you for some reason. I was
Yeah,
following
I
you,
got you. I
okay?
got you. Don't worry.
But you were posted your stories. I was at work or I was out and about and I was reading your stories and one that stuck out to me was that when you're overweight and that sort of thing, grabbing the shirt, tugging at the shirt, out in public places, that sort of thing, that really like spoke to me because that's something that I've dealt with, like, my whole life, is just being, insecure with my weight and that sort of thing. And I wanted to change. And believe it or not, I think I actually commented on your page or maybe replied to one of your stories and then I deleted it, but you still reached out to me the next day. So I don't know if like you just saw like a notification and you're like, all right, yeah, I need to check every single notification or what, or like maybe you had saw my notification before I deleted it. I don't know, but I
Yeah.
remember typing, a comment or whatever, and then I ended up deleting it, but you still ended up reaching out. So if you didn't do that, obviously I wouldn't be here today.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's hilarious to think. I'm all my stuff, man. Right?
Yeah, yeah,
No, that's actually such a cool little story, right? How like you're like kind of like half in, half out type of deal, right?
right.
Yeah, that's really interesting. And like I guess you could say like before you were joining, like with that confidence, like how was it affecting like your day-to-day life before joining the program?
Before joining the program, I definitely was like very low confident, low energy. Now that I don't eat out as much as I used to. I will say that for sure. But
Hmm.
now that I have consistent habits being built and I'm eating pretty much whole foods for the most part, the energy levels have been good. I feel good after my workouts. Having that structure, that accountability, that consistency really just has been really helpful to my life. I mean, fitness has changed my life. just over in the past year. Whenever I guess, finally decided that I wanted to make a change, which was the beginning of last year, January of 2025. I was around, I want to say like 240. I never weighed myself just because I was so disgusted with myself. I was like, I need to make a change. I don't even want to look at the scale, but
Yeah.
I know from like previous, I had weighed myself, I want to say, maybe like back in December, but the year before, like December 2024,
Mm-hmm.
I was in the 230-ish, 240-ish range. So I want to say I started out around there. We're hopefully going to be in the 180,
Yes, sir.
sub 185
We're
range here
almost
pretty
there. We're
soon.
almost there, man.
Almost there.
Yeah. And like everything you were telling me about like just wanting change, like I literally got like goosebumps. You see my hair kind of up a little bit, but I got goosebumps when you were talking about it because I understand, the process and like that feeling that you have when you look at yourself and you're like, man, like what do I have to do to change? What positions do I have to be in to actually become the person I want to become, right?
Right.
So I completely get what you're talking about, and I guess you could say like aside from losing the weight so far, like what would you say is your progress, on top of that, outside of just the numbers?
What do you mean in the sense of like the habits that I've created or like
Yeah,
how I'm
exactly. Like as your life has your life like actually changed so far, like, since entering the program? Do you feel like a big difference?
Yes, for sure. I mean, so my job that I have now, I mean, on my feet all day, but I wouldn't necessarily say like, it's like hard labor. Like I'm not a construction worker or
Yeah.
something like that, but just knowing that do X amount of steps a day, I do over 10,000 steps a day, and just maintaining like, okay, I have this and this to do today, the 10,000 steps, the cycling,
Hmm.
just waking up and getting that workout in, whether that be in the morning or after work, knowing that I start my day off with that, or I end my evening off with that is a good feeling. Knowing that I'm getting closer to my goals or reaching my goals, and I'm trying to maintain a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah, right. And it definitely makes sense like when you know what you got to do, like the objectives of each day, right? It's just like a step-by-step playbook, right? And you've been following along
Yes, sir.
great, I gotta say.
Thank
And
you. Thank you.
welcome. And the other thing is like, what would you say is like made this feel different? Like being in the program, what was like that aha moment where it's like, okay, like, like I'm making progress here, man.
Definitely like taking my shirt off, like in the mirror. And then just as of recently, people at work, like I guess to preface, I used to work nights and I
Hmm.
just recently swapped over to days. And, there are some people that at work like that I obviously don't like conversate with them, but, they work there and they notice that I've lost weight, and they ask how much I've lost, or that I look like in better shape and that sort of thing.
Hmm.
And we've started to see my upper abs start to come into play, which I've never had abs in my life before.
No, it's crazy.
So yeah, it really is crazy. I'm really excited to continue on this journey. It's been a great journey. It doesn't even feel like it's been a year, I mean, I know I've only been coaching with you for like 3 or 4 months.
Hmm.
The progress is there. It's happening quickly. Obviously, some people might say that's not quick enough or that sort of thing, but trust the process, man. Trust the process, and I promise you that you will get there to where you want to be.
Yeah.
It did take me a little bit, to notice the changes in the progress, but I start to see how my face has leaned out
Oh yeah.
a lot more just over the past couple of months. And I'm telling my girlfriend like I need some different shirts, like my stuff's starting to look too big.
Yeah, time for a shopping
So
trip, man.
yeah, exactly. So I definitely have been starting to slowly but surely get some more clothes that fit me a bit better now, and I don't look like I'm wearing oversized, t-shirt.
Yeah. Yeah, something fit.
Something fit right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. No,
But
I hear you.
yeah, I just think that you have a really good program, and the structure of things like I've never really took fitness that serious before until as of last year. I really wanted to just make a change to my overall health and lifestyle.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like with the structure and like making a change, like how would you say is like that feeling on check-in day or like that accountability that we have?
It's a good feeling, like knowing that I'm sticking to what I need to do. And that's the thing, is having that goal set for yourself and having that in the back of your mind, like, okay, this week, this is what I accomplished. Like, you can go back and be like, okay, over the week, I did just say, this is just for an example. I typically, I guess would you say I do probably like 100,000 steps in a week or more?
Yeah,
Probably.
yeah, you're definitely in the higher end. You're definitely in the higher end for sure.
Um, just like stuff like that adds up, like small stuff adds up to bigger goals. And over time, your goals might change, you might, because I want to say, I think whenever we first started, I think we originally had the goal set for 190.
It was. I
I was
wrote it
like,
down.
And I was like, no, man, I want to go to like 180. Like, but what do you think?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, the goals have changed a little bit as time goes on,
And we
but
reached we reached the original goal, right?
we
100%.
did reach we did reach
Reached
the
the
original goal. Now we want to get leaner,
yeah.
and
Get
then
shredded, man.
get shredded. Exactly.
Yeah. No, I hear
And
you.
so, yeah, I just think overall the experience with you has been great. You don't try to like be like demoralizing. You're very positive. You try to keep a good smile. You have that connection, or you try to make that relationship with me. Just talking. You've helped me out tremendously with whatever questions or concerns that I may have, or if maybe we need to swap something out. For example, the desserts,
Oh
the,
yeah,
the
I
Jello.
got you. I got you with the desserts, man.
So, very helpful, very passionate about what you do, and I'm very glad that you reached out to me, and that I feel like I made the right choice with going with you versus somebody else.
Yeah. Welcome, man. That I don't know. I'm getting a little emotional, as you can see, because it means a lot when someone says I'm passionate about it because I really am.
What you've done, what we've done, been able to accomplish, so far, just in this short period of time.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right, 100%. And like, what would you say is like someone who's watching this is like on the fence? Like, what would you tell them?
Just do it. Just make the decision, make the change, be who like you want to become. You can reach your goals as long as you put your mind to it. Anything that you put your mind to, you can do it. And that's something that I had to tell myself. I wanted it really bad, and so I was willing to do whatever it took to get that. That's in a sense sacrifice. I've basically made me missing the gym non-negotiable. I have to go. I will fit it into my schedule every which way possible that I can, because that is something that's just one day closer to reaching my
Your
goals.
goals. Yeah. Hell yeah. I love that. I love that. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for your time today, Braxton. That was fantastic. And I wanted to like any sort of like final thoughts as well that you wanted to add, maybe some things that really stood out to you in the process or the program so far.
Yeah, so I like that. Obviously, you're positive, you're passionate about it. That's something that I really like. And then, the relationship, like I mentioned before. But
Hmm.
I also like that it's not like, as of right now, we have been like currently on the same block, but through time over the program, we've changed like workouts to target like maybe different muscle groups and that sort of thing. And then even then, I feel like there's been a couple of times where I'm like, I don't really like this workout. Like, can I try something else or do this instead? And you're like, yeah, that works. So, don't feel like if you don't like a specific workout or exercise, I should say, not workout. There we go. You can always swap it out maybe for something different that might be better suited towards you. And, you just make it like really easy to talk to and helpful with any questions or concerns.
Yeah. No, I get you 100%. And, it makes sense, when you want something like that inside a program, because not everybody's comfortable doing certain movements, right? And at the end of
Right.
the day, it's like, how can you get the best possible results while still like enjoying the process, making it sustainable, right? Um,
Exactly.
so I get where you're
And you
coming
do a
from.
great job at that. Just making it sustainable,
Yeah,
optimal.
yeah, thank you. 'Cause anybody can tell you just like eat less food, right? But it's not,
Yeah.
and just like go work out. But it's not about that at the end of the day. There's a lot more to it that goes into it, like way more, as you know.
And way more. I just felt like kind of like go back a little bit on like before I went to your coaching. I felt like I hit like a plateau on the Fitbod stuff, and I wasn't like really progressing
Hmm.
like strength wise. Like I felt like I wasn't really building muscle, and then like also at the same time, since I didn't know how many calories to eat and my macros and stuff like that. I think I also, in the process, before I went with your program, was also like losing muscle on top of it too. So just being like in your program, I have noticed just in the past couple of months, losing the fat and building the muscle, I've gotten stronger in such a short period of time versus that time that I was using that AI planning workout
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, yeah. No, I hear it. Anybody can go chat GPT and say, "Give me a workout program, man."
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear
But
you. Awesome.
um,
Awesome. Yeah, no, that was great so far. I appreciate you coming on and, speaking your mind and letting the people out there know your situation, what's possible, and what it takes to change. So I thank you again, man. It means a lot.
yes, sir. Thank you for your time and consideration, and keep up the good work.